Welcome back to the Digital Illusion Podcast, where we discuss important topics like a couple questions from Twitter. Justin,
Oh, yay.
you ready to get asked a couple questions from our
Only a
from our
couple,
boy
though.
Jimmy?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. Well, first question is, what is the first moment you felt horror slash terror in a video game?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it takes you back. You got to think about the first time you played like a scary game.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it would probably have to be Slenderman on the iPad.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Like, legit feeling like horror as a kid. Watching your screen just fuzz out and loud noises come around. Yeah, I think that's probably the first time I felt it in a video game.
That I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot we used to play Slender Man on the iPad.
Yeah, dude.
Mine's actually kind of a double hitter. So I think the earliest that I can think of was probably Majora's Mask. Honestly, that game
Really?
scared the shit out of me. And it's because of like when he would put on the masks. It freaked me out.
Oh, yeah. I
Those were
could see that.
terrifying.
Dark eyes. Freaking screaming. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
get it.
gosh. I hated the Deku and the Zora in particular. Those were terrifying. I couldn't. I still think about them today. They just got
Wow.
worse with the remaster.
More
Uh,
high definition for scary.
yeah. And then this one, it's not technically a video game, but I just thought it would be funny to mention. I used to be very terrified of. Do you remember that board game, Disney's Seen It?
Yes.
I used to be terrified of the music that would play throughout the game.
You're kidding.
I actually like. I
When your mom
honestly
told me that you were a pussy, I didn't believe her at first. Like, damn, dude.
no, I legit like I could not play that game without being like half an inch away from my mom. Like I was terrified to play
Oh
that
my
game.
gosh, bro.
Like we loved the game.
Okay?
It was a great game, but like goddamn, it's just I don't know. I guess I was like I'm really sensitive to music and it gave me that same kind of feeling as when we used to be afraid of the One Miss Call song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Until we
that
watched the movie.
yeah, that was a dumb movie, by the way. But yeah, I used to be deathly afraid of that. In fact, so like I used to live like I used to have my bedroom in the basement, and I had to sleep upstairs because I was then after hearing the music, I was too afraid to walk downstairs. It would fuck me up for like the entire day.
Out of anything in Cena, I think the one thing that freaked me out the most was actually the guy. He was way too expressive.
The guy? What do
Yeah,
you
didn't there
mean?
wasn't there like a guy in there that like talked?
No, I mean they had like transitions with Tinkerbell and stuff like that to like give off the next. What
Oh,
did
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, never mind. You're right. I was thinking of something else. Don't worry about it.
some of the scenes were just kind of like out of context scenes from Disney movies while also being connected with that music the entire time. It
Yep.
was just it just said it felt sinister. It was just super weird. And like 1 second you'd be watching Dumbo and all of a sudden you have just the horrible feeling in your gut that you're gonna die. I don't know
I
why
mean,
that
again,
one.
it's Disney.
Yeah.
I think Pinocchio freaked me out of all Disney movies. Pinocchio was a
Oh
scary one to
my
me.
gosh, no, definitely because of that freaking like camp that they would send all the mutated children to.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that was terrifying.
Yeah, no, I hated some old Disney movies, bro. They were freaky.
And then we have question two, which is, has a video game ever made you cry?
This video game ever made me cry. I can't think of anything, but like, I guess it never specified what type of emotion caused the crying. Um,
Probably like beautiful or terrifying, not terrifying. Probably like super sad or something like that.
yeah. Destiny's always been super like emotional for me because that was the game that got me through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably when I first got Galahorn in Destiny.
Oh my gosh. Probably when
Like
I
no joke.
yeah, definitely. I think one of mine would definitely be when I got Galahorn right before it came irrelevant. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, actually probably I think I had a hard
Minecraft for
time
you,
answer.
right?
Yeah, definitely. When
Yeah,
Herobrine.
when you lost your dog.
Yeah. I this is spoiler ahead, but I mean like if you haven't heard about this by now, you've definitely been living under a rock. The very beginning of Last of Us Part 1 where the main character's daughter gets like shot and he just has to hold her as she just dies in his arms. That was pretty traumatizing.
That's
That made
epic.
me sad.
It's pretty
But like
cool.
otherwise, I can't really think of anything specifically that I cried on.
Yeah, I can't either. Like that's the only time I could think that maybe, but yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really have no idea.
Well, thanks, Jimmy, for sending us some questions to answer on the podcast. If you want to have your own questions answered from us, go ahead and head over to
Don't.
the Twitter account and and send us your questions. We're always taking it. Just leave a comment. Leave a comment. We'll
Yeah, we're
answer it.
always bent over, ready to take it.
Oh boy. All right, Justin. Very short amount of news to cover today.
Mm-hmm.
We got GoldenEye 007 remake possibly coming to Xbox after achievements were spotted in the Xbox website. So that might be
Cool.
fun. I don't know if that's going to be like a Xbox exclusive kind of thing as a remaster of GoldenEye, and I know that a lot of people are loving that game. I never really played it.
Yeah.
Did you ever play that one?
I played very, very brief amounts, but yes.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, if that comes, I'm pretty sure anybody would freaking love to hop on that just for the nostalgia train.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
yeah, we talked last week about Sonic Frontiers. I just found out, I went on Twitter and I found out there was a trending hashtag on Twitter regarding Sonic Frontiers. Hashtag delay Sonic Frontiers was trending.
Hey, it happens with a lot of Sonic things recently, don't you know?
It's true. It's very true. But gosh, people were not happy about Sonic Frontiers. And I just literally 10 minutes ago was the first time I actually heard somebody say something kind of nice about Frontiers. And I'm pretty sure
What?
I think he actually he went to the panel to do the demo for Frontiers and actually kind of enjoyed it. So either he's lying and just wants a sponsorship from Sega because he knows that he's the only one talking good about it right now,
You, yeah.
or he just actually genuinely enjoyed it. But
Probably
yeah,
not.
I think they need to delay it too. It looked bad.
Jeez, man.
I find that so funny that like everybody hates delays. Everybody hates delays. I have never seen anybody call to arms to try and get a game delayed.
Yeah, that's pathetic.
And then finally for the news, this one's pretty great. Goat Simulator 3 was announced.
Yes. Yes, it sure was.
We'll just completely forget about the fact that there's never been a Goat Simulator 2. And they just
Hasn't there?
no, they skipped. They just went right to 3.
You know, props to them, man.
It's very Goat Simulator
Their
fashion
trailer.
too.
Did you notice their trailer was of
Dead Island.
that island? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. As I was watching it, and I was like, this is Dead Island.
At the
No way the
very
graphics look like this.
at the very
Shit on the
beginning
graphics.
at the very beginning of the trailer, they actually like half a second started to play the music that was on the trailer for Dead Island,
Yeah.
and then they switched it just to like make the joke. But I think the biggest joke towards the trailer is probably the fact that Goat Simulator 3 is going to be coming out probably before Dead Island 2. I mean, the thing was announced like 12 years ago, so it's
Yeah,
most
yeah,
likely coming out before Dead Island.
I
But
agree.
we talked about it on a past episode. They are still working on it for some reason. I think if you've been working on a game for 12 years, man, I don't know. I don't know. It's a doozy,
You might as well just kind of
especially because
indefinite.
nobody plays Dead Island anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really all we have for the news this week. All right, Justin, it is time for us to discuss the Xbox Bethesda live stream conference.
Conference.
Stop!
You have
Is
a
there gonna be
dedicated
one
lamb?
episode where you're not gonna call out the fact that I
tried.
can't?
I tried. Trust me, I tried.
Oh my gosh, I wrote down everything that they talked about, and there's a lot. There's quite a few that I actually do want to mention, like specifically.
Go ahead.
But yeah, let's just start from the very beginning. They started off the conference with showing off Redfall, and it's the zombie, not
Vampire.
no vampire. Yeah, it's the vampire survival game. I was not excited for Redfall in the beginning, and that trailer did absolutely nothing to get me more excited.
Yeah,
In fact,
it's kinda boring,
it
bro.
made me so much less excited for that game. I I couldn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
like the open world aspect seems kind of cool, but like in general, it just doesn't grab me like my
I
uncle did.
My biggest turnoff was right at the very
No?
beginning, and it was like right after like so it was the person walking in to the church, and they were trying to like kind of like be cinematic with it, but they were horrible at being cinematic with it.
Yep.
Like there was so much shit going on, like way interesting shit, but they were like, "Ooh, look at this dead vampire on the ground over here in the corner. Oh, there's a guy talking to me. I better look at him for half a second, do a 360 and run to the next objective." I'm like, "What was your plan here? What were you trying to show off that you can't act?" like thanks for showing us the immersion of the game that you're not.
Emergent. It's the a virgin.
Yeah, like seriously though, like thanks for showing us the immersion of the game that you, the developer, don't even want to experience. Like
They've
what
experienced it
happened?
so much. They probably scripted that whole thing and it didn't go their way for like the first 30 hours they were trying to make it, and then finally they gave up and
They're
said,
like,
"This is it."
those things are usually like fucking pre-rendered, and they still couldn't get that shit to work out in their favor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, that trailer just went on and on with more and more just less interesting things.
Exactly, dude. I hated all these stupid little abilities that they had too. I didn't understand it that well.
They were
I
like,
just,
I think they're kind of pushing towards it to be like a Left 4 Dead clone.
but open world. That's what I'm like. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't. It's weird. Like I kind of get a lot of like Left 4 Dead, and what's the word? Like COD zombie feel. Like it. I don't know. I don't know what they're shooting for that game, but I'm not prepared for it. Who
No,
knows? Who
yeah,
knows? Maybe it's like probably going to be their most amazing game.
who knows? Yeah, that's true. I mean, we can't really completely shut ourselves off from it, but I am.
Look, there's so much more interesting things coming out that Redfall just it's not cutting the chase.
Next up, I mean, there was Hollow Knight.
Yeah, how many Hollow Knights have there been?
I don't know. See, I appreciate the art style very much. It's a very fluid, very cool art style, but I don't really care for that type of platformer. So if you like Hollow Knight, good for you.
The
I
thing
don't.
is, I honestly thought it was just going to be like a DLC because I don't think I've ever seen anything new show up in a Hollow Knight trailer. I'm pretty convinced that they've just been showing the exact same Hollow Knight trailer and just changing the title each year.
Yeah.
I've never noticed any. Look, I've never been a fan of Hollow Knight, but I've never noticed anything freaking groundbreaking with that game.
Yeah, neither have I. Like I said, the art style's cool, but like seriously, like it's just not my type.
Yeah. But yeah, we also got High on Life,
Okay,
which
this one I'm actually kind of interested in.
I was not prepared for this
Out
because I
of
was like,
all the Rick and Morty type of games. Sorry, there was a little bit of
no,
like a
no, no,
cut off
you're
delay.
good. Like it's strange. Like you're right. Out of like all Rick and Morty games, why does this one seem super interesting?
I honestly think it has something to do with the first person aspect. Like the way that they're doing it with the guns and everything.
And it's not like this
It's
is their
it,
first person
no,
game.
no, no. It's right. They had level one VR game too,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like the way that the motion goes with like how the guns react to what you're doing too. The one that looks like a needler, like
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of interesting, very colorful, grabby things. I mean that literally, grabby, in that trailer that make me kind of endear it. Like I actually kind of want to just play it.
Right? It just looks really wacky, but I think like being Rick and Morty, I wasn't expecting that level of graphics. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
they would have purposely made it kind of like easy like cartoonish graphics, but they were like mixing cartoonish with like super highly detailed graphics. I'm like, what is going on here? Like I think that was
Yeah,
its biggest catch right there for me at least.
yeah.
Like
Definitely interesting though. I I really want to try that one out just to
yeah.
see how it works.
And then we also got the fact that Riot Games is coming to Game Pass. So anybody who's a fan of League or Valorant, time to get excited. I don't think anybody's excited for League, but Valorant.
Yep.
I know that there are
Uh,
fans of League, but even fans of League, I've never heard anybody talk great about League.
yeah, not to be excited about it coming to console. Like it's always been known as like a PC game, right? Like
Well, it had mobile ports as well.
but yeah, but like seriously, you really hear it about PC, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's like it coming to console is like, hey, if you want to take a step back and buy another thing and get console and play with other people on console, but you could also play with on PC anyway, so you don't really have to get a console. But if you want to go back in time and get a console, we're bringing League.
I think most out of everything, like they had a bunch of all of their other games that are also I think in the League
Hmm.
like universe, but I think I'm most excited to like get Valorant because I've seen a lot of people really enjoying that. It's like the new
I definitely did.
Counter-Strike. Have you
I
played Valorant?
I've played Valorant a little bit. So the reason I don't like Valorant is because there's no motion to like when you're shooting. You pretty much have to be stationary and shoot. Otherwise, you're not hitting nothing.
Oh my gosh, I know.
It is
Like
it's way too like you cannot move.
I
I don't know.
Valorant is
It feels really weird.
yeah, Valorant is just that like it's Destiny meets Counter Strike, and I guess it like
Yeah.
I've seen people really enjoying it. Like it's basically the new Counter Strike, but I've never been a fan of the fact that everybody has to basically like stop to aim, and that's the same thing with Counter Strike in general. Like most people just stop in their tracks just to aim because that's how you aim in that game.
Yeah, it's just it's definitely not my type. I'm a very like jump around, shoot, and hit things in the face, and jump around more and shoot, and at the same time
Yeah.
fart and shit. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Valorant. I don't care.
How many games are in the Riot bundle here that's coming to Game Pass? I think there's like
So they got League of Legends, Wild Rift, Legends of Runeterra, Team Tactics, and Valorant.
got it. Okay. So I mean
Just
still
like
lots of
5 or
content.
6
So I
of
mean if
them.
you're a
Yeah.
real big Riot person, here you go.
We like to cause riots.
Yeah.
Next up we have Rats.
Plague Tale Requiem. Um I've never played the first one, but the second trailer actually kind of made it look interesting.
Yeah, I just rats.
it
That's what grabs me. Nah.
kind of just seems like it should be another story for Dishonored, because isn't that like a whole thing about Dishonored, is that it's like during like a plague with a bunch of rats.
Probably. I don't know. I
It's
don't really know the story on
yeah, it's been a while
For
since I
Honor.
played Dishonored, so but like I after watching that trailer, I was like kind of like surprised to see myself actually kind of getting into it. I'm like, okay, this looks fun. This looks fun. It's like kind of a Last of Us kind of feel
Yeah.
to it, like walking around with a child companion. Child companion's very special for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean like I I've seen clips of the first game and I heard it's very emotional of a game. It's a very story game. So be prepared for number two, probably getting the feels right there.
I have something to say about those types of games, though. To me, when it's just pretty much solely narrative without like me being able to explore a lot, I get very taken out of it
Mm.
because I don't feel like I'm playing the game. I feel like I'm watching the game.
Well,
You know?
that's why I don't like Telltale. I like the
Exactly.
exploration and
That's
the
that's the
choice, you
thing is
know.
like I'm really into the exploration or just going around the worlds and shooting and farting and shitting like I was talking about. So in general,
the
Plague Tale, whatever,
yeah,
rats are scary. Use fire against rats.
use the fire on rats. That's how you make them squirm. Okay, this one I wanted to talk a little bit about. Forza Motorsport. Here's the thing. Yes, they are showing the capabilities of Xbox with Forza games. I think that's really all that they do with Forza games now. Is that I don't think there's anything different with Forza. They just want to keep on showing off the capabilities of Xbox, even though Forza's probably the peak of what Xbox will do, because a lot of people who work with Xbox don't take full advantage.
Yeah, and that's true. But the thing is about Forza Motorsport, and this one in particular, is all of the little details they've added that I actually find really intriguing.
Okay.
I'm not huge on racing, like I said. Like I love the Forza Horizon games because, first off, open world I can explore.
Yeah.
Right. With the motorsports, it's whatever. But the details that they went into, I think they did the same thing that Dice did when they made Battlefront. The visuals are very very cool. They did that photogram or something like that, where they're actually taking real photos and putting it onto 3D objects to make it look more realistic, and it
Yeah.
does. It shows the dynamic in actual weather and damage to your car is really cool. Like
Yes.
I'm not a huge, like I said, I'm not huge on these racing games, but dude, those little details make me like want to go play it to crash to see. Like, I want to see those little details and like the ray tracing with actual mirrors working in the car instead of just like really weird panels. Like,
Yeah, they've been getting real good with those mirrors and those. Um,
so I think yes, well, in fact, it's like just kind of like a see what we can do kind of thing, and I think it's more gonna shine on PC to be honest.
oh yeah.
Um, but I think this is probably the coolest Forza that I've ever seen.
I I mainly was really laughing at this like trailer because
Yeah,
I couldn't I couldn't get over the fact that like they really wanted to show off the fact that they're like, please look, we did a lot for the graphics. The
mm-hmm.
guy who was talking about it, I could not get over the fact that he found any fucking opportunity that he could to say the word ray tracing. Have you noticed that? He,
I
like,
didn't.
at any point, you're just thinking you're safe, and he just goes, and the ray tracing, and then, like, 2 seconds later, he'll say a sentence, and then back to the ray tracing. And I'm like, dude,
Actually, now
come
that you
on.
say that, in that trailer, yeah, he says it a lot because he goes into first off, we have fully dynamic ray tracing. You can see the cars on other cars using ray tracing. The mirrors work with ray tracing.
Your
The lighting
dick.
works. Yeah. You can see your dick with ray
Ray
tracing.
tracing.
Yeah, dude, he said that a lot. I was actually just focused on the visuals, but dude,
That's the thing. I couldn't focus on anything else besides the fact that I couldn't not hear ray tracing every time. It was like,
next time we get a Forza game, dude, turn that into a drinking game.
oh my god. No, it seriously, it sounded like a freaking Telltale Heart. Or like the bells.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Edgar Allan
keep hearing the
Poe.
beating, dude. Boop, 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 boop.
Just in the back of your mind. I I just find it so freaking funny. It really just does sound like somebody who just learned how to ray trace and that they want to show off their skill, their new skill. And so they put
Maybe
a
he
lot
was
of
saying
emphasis.
it for a long time. He was saying it for a long time, getting it wrong, and then he finally got it to say it right, and then he just wanted to use it because he knew how to say it right.
I'm gonna call myself out here, but it kind of reminds me of episode 1 where he mentioned like Halo. I noticed that I kept saying the same word a lot just because it sounded really smart. I think I kept saying like the way a person would hold themselves.
No.
It really messed me up hearing that again.
Yikes, dude.
All right. Let's see. Oh, Flight Simulator, getting the Pelican.
Microsoft.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. I actually saw that. I was like, it's kind of corny, but honestly, I was like, you know what? That is kind of cool. They made the interior and stuff.
Did they?
Yeah, you in the trailer they show the interior of like the first person like in the cockpit.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they showed it, and I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of cool, and I want to go and fly in little space and stuff. Obviously, there's not going to be anything to do in space, but fuck it.
Yeah. Some people have just been like landing it over in like Epcot, like Disney World and stuff like that. Like Master Chief has just arrived in Disney World.
Take it to the Smash Brothers headquarters.
Oh my gosh.
There's his invite right there.
Well, unfortunately, there's nothing really else to mention. I mean, like, they did have some, like, historic planes added, but, I mean, I think it was really sad how all these, like, really historic planes were added, but they almost got completely forgotten due to the fact that they were like, oh yeah, and the motherfucking Pelican!
A super futuristic thing to go along with all these other old ones.
All these World War II planes getting trumped by Halo.
Can you take the other planes into space? I want to see someone drive one of the earliest planes into space.
Dude, that would be amazing.
I said drive and I meant to say fly.
I was letting you get by it, but you brought it up.
You shouldn't. Dude, the amount of times I call your ass out.
Yeah, good point.
Anyway, really quick, I wanted to point out Overwatch 2. Okay, next game, Aura.
It took me a second to realize what just happened.
I don't want to talk about Overwatch because I think it should die.
Oh
Anyway,
no, it's true. I have one thing to say about it. There's no real point in charging people $60 more for the exact same game. You're just charging people for skins. Anyway, Aura.
History Untold. It just kind of looks like a Civ clone.
That's exactly what I wrote down. Aura, game looking like a Civilization clone.
I thought it was going to be Civilization 7.
That's what I was like. I was watching the trailer, and on my notes, I was starting to write new Civ game, and then they said Aura, and I just hit the backspace button, and I'm like, okay.
If you say so. Yeah, dude. So I don't really have much more to say on that. Just Civ clone. Next thing, Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know if you still play that.
Nope.
Don't. In general, everyone listening, just stop.
It's a money
supporting
scam.
that game, please. So we can get another good Elder Scrolls, please.
Yep. Yeah. High Isles DLC. You get to go to a new place. Hey, you know what else would be fun? Actually getting Elder Scrolls 6 so we could go to a fucking new place.
Yeah, and the thing is with that, I would just like to see really nice graphics and gameplay. other than just really shitty combat.
Yeah.
And we'll get into shitty combat later.
I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, Fallout 76 gets the DLC The Pit.
Who cares about Fallout 76?
Forza Horizon is getting its cross with Hot Wheels.
The next Hot Wheels game.
Yeah, what? I don't get it. What happened to that game?
I don't know, dude.
Did that happen already?
They had. I think so. Yeah, they had it out, and then it's like, oh, Hot Wheels didn't do so well. Why don't we put Hot Wheels in Forza?
I mean, it's gonna be fun to drive around on those tracks in Forza, but that's about it.
Yeah, and then I have something to say about the next game.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
We have dinosaurs and family.
Arc 2 with Vin fucking Diesel.
I called it Arc the Vin Double Diesel.
Yeah, dude. I like dinosaurs. This one's for my good buddy out there. I love dinosaurs. But what Ark has done with dinosaurs really kind of turns me off with it. I don't like futuristic shit. I just want a survival game.
Yeah.
With dinosaurs.
But, you know what? We keep getting the chance to... I mean, at least we get the chance to poop.
Yeah, and poop and throw and eat.
Did you ever see that clip? I don't know if it's like a legit clip or not, but I know that Snoop Dogg does streaming now. There's this like clip where he loads up into a Ark Survival and he accidentally just keeps shitting himself. And he just freaks the fuck out because it won't stop.
I need to see that.
He's like, I don't know what the button is. It just
That's
keeps
awesome.
going. I don't know if that's like a legit thing. Like, I bet you anything people probably just put his clip over like an Ark video, but it's still fun.
That is funny.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, quick ad of news. If anybody actually does enjoy Ark, go to Steam. It's free right now.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
I might download it just to kind of mess around on it, but
Maybe I'll download it too. I was thinking about just like pressing buy just so that I could have the rights to it and download it whenever I actually feel like playing it. Because that's the fun part, is you get to buy it and then it stays in your library. So
yep,
you gotta appreciate those Steam sales.
that's true. I see it 100% off.
We got Scorn, by the way. I honestly thought this was like Agony 2.
Oh yeah, but Scorn's been announced for a long time, but we finally got like an actual good trailer for it.
Yeah, it's just
The art style looks pretty freaking cool, dude.
I called it hell porn.
Hell porn. That's a good way to put it.
I didn't know how else to describe it. Like, I honestly thought it was just Agony, which basically was hell porn.
Yeah, I could not play that game just for that reason. Like, to me, I don't care like that. I want to kill demons, not be one.
Right.
Doom.
We also got a game called Flintlock. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, to me, it kind of felt like a Sekiro, but like with a lot of like magic.
Yeah. But
And
I'm
a
like,
cat
why
dog.
can't we just get like some gameplay so we know what to be excited for other than this like freaking scene from an anime out of context? Like,
Yeah, I'm not too interested on it right now just because there's not a lot going on, so I'm just kind of whatever.
it's not really a whole lot to get you excited for.
And next up we have you fucking legend. You playing Minecraft?
Dude, I was not prepared for this one.
No, I was weirded out, but also kind of intrigued.
I was starting to think, I was like, are we gonna get like just an unannounced like update coming? Like a big update?
Well, they said new game right at the beginning.
Well, yeah, but like I kind of like freaked out a little bit because I saw the Mojang. Oh my gosh, that was a possibility that struck through my mind.
Yeah,
I was a little
I was
worried.
with my brother at that point, and yeah, we were like, "This is Minecraft 2."
Yeah, so an action strategy game, and it's like third person, but not Dungeons third person.
Yeah, Dungeons is more bird eye.
Yeah, but like, what is going on there? I don't even understand what
I
like.
honestly, I have no idea. I don't know if it's going to be like a create your area. Like, I mean, obviously they show you like building and stuff in there,
Hmm.
but like, I don't know if it's like you can create your entire thing. That's you go gather resources, and then you put those resources into getting more army or birds or whatever you get,
Yeah.
and then go and attack like different strongholds and stuff, which I could definitely see. I don't know if you ever heard me talk about the game Warlocked for Game Boy.
I don't think I did hear you talk
You'll
about
have to look up some gameplay, but it's that like action strategy. You go, you send things to go do work and bring back a resource, and then put resource into making more guy to go do more resource and then fight.
it. Okay. Like,
Anyway,
yeah. Yeah,
I'm excited
it
to
really
know.
threw me through a loop. I mean, it's worth giving a chance because I was really skeptical about Dungeons when it was announced, but Dungeons was actually kind of fun. So,
Yeah, I kind of got bored after like the first
oh, most
2
definitely.
hours.
Oh, most definitely. It gets boring very fast, but it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, no.
Just didn't have enough to keep our attention.
Right.
But that's not for everybody. I mean, like, they still have, like, a lot of people freaking playing Dungeons. In fact, I was at an arcade and they have a Dungeons, like, arcade game.
Really?
Yeah. It's basically the same
I didn't-
thing, but just at an arcade.
Huh.
But yeah, let's see. What else do we got here? Light.
Astroneer 2?
That's what I was kind of going for, thinking. It was like No Man's Sky meets Animal Crossing.
So yeah, to me, it's for real quick. It's called Light Your Frontier.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard it, because obviously we didn't say it. First off, I thought Buzz Lightyear Frontier.
Exactly.
But if you know the game Astroneer, it's definitely like that resource building. And I also actually thought of Slime Rancher.
I did
The
think
way
that
you
too.
touched it up, it's so weird.
I was thinking
But-
Slime Rancher until it came to the point of like actually harvesting crops, and I was like, it's like less Slime Rancher now to me, but like I got that vibe at the very beginning.
Yeah, definitely. It looks interesting. I'm actually kind of excited to see more of what it could do. To me, it just kind of just at this point just looks like another crafty Astroneer game.
We also got Gunfire Reborn.
I love this game.
Yeah.
I play it on PC right now.
Oh, really?
Yep, I actually really enjoy it because it's another one of those an action roguelike. And it's first person. A lot of the environments are the exact same, but you kind of go until you die or win, kind of thing.
Okay.
The guns are just really cool, and overall the gameplay is just kind of fun. I'm excited they're bringing it to console because I want to play with my brother that I can't play with right now because he doesn't have a PC.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's gonna be fun.
You should look into it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty interesting. It was just a lot to go off of, so I didn't really have much to like get into my head of like what to specifically talk about when it came up. It was a very fast trailer, but it did look interesting. So yeah, I'll have to look into it.
It's been on PC for a while. I've had it for a couple of years because it was been in early access and it finally got out of early access. But like I said, there's a lot of really cool guns, just cool abilities. It's fun, but in general, I think it's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Dope. We also got the last case of benefit. Justin, you want to take this one?
The last case of Benedict Fox.
Not too much to bring up. I mean, it looks really cool. It's like a side-scroller mystery game.
Yeah, to me, I'm just kind of getting to a point where platformers are just becoming the same thing over and over again.
And it's not really hard. It's not really hard to fall under that, you know.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like it's a 2D plane. You can't really do much. You can create a story in the background or like an environment, but like why can't I explore that? Like I said, I'm a very explorative person.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I loved 2D side scrollers, especially Mario. But when they made Mario 3D, Mario 64,
Well, there's so much
You
you can
get to
do with a
explore.
3D environment.
right? So it's like for the visuals, same thing with Hollow Knight. The visuals do look very much very cool,
Yes.
but it's a 2D game. Like there's not a lot you can do. It's literally like watching a movie to me again.
Yeah, seriously. It kind of gave me some Carrion vibes. Is a 2D side scroller that came out on Game Pass, and it's about like a little mushy alien thing that goes around and kills people, which was really fun. But it kind of gave me that fluidity like feel to me in the trailer with its like animation style. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like we said, it looks great, but is it?
Yeah. To me, I'm gonna doubt it in general.
Yeah.
But all right. This is what I was waiting to talk about. Holy shit, this game looks so stupid.
Oh yeah.
What
yeah.
kind of a game is literally just pictures?
It's not even, it's weird too because it's like hyper realistic painting pictures.
Exactly. Like, are you trying to be realistic? Or are you trying to be stupid? Oh, you're gonna be the same thing? Wow, I don't want to play it.
It looks amateur. It looks like somebody went in and got like a Snapchat filter and cut out all the images and put it into a story.
I hope this game flops so hard. It's not even a game. I would not consider that a game. That is literally
it just looks,
a movie.
It looks so bad. I had no hype for that.
Dude, ugh.
It kind of looks like a dating sim.
Yeah. With murder.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, no, it's definitely not. It's not gonna be cool.
The only thing it has going for it is that choices matter. So, but I mean, there's a lot of better games where choices matter. So
you can actually explore different worlds. Go for it.
Yeah. We also got that Ninja Battle Royale, Naraka.
I don't want to say it.
Yeah,
Just kidding. I think it's Naraka.
It looks weird. It looks weird.
It looks weird, but also kind of cool, just visually. Like I'm not a super big into these kind of games in general. These hack and slash, like in general, like anime style games.
Well, the thing is,
but the visuals kind of look cool.
It looked great, but I can't see Battle Royale in it.
I know, that's what I was trying to think is like in your combat and you're doing this one-on-one duo type combat, does it shut you off from other people, or are other people just going to come and just completely take advantage of that situation and then just beat the shit out of everyone? I don't understand it.
Yeah. Honestly, the trailer kind of made me think that's how like when I first heard about that WWE Battlegrounds, that's how I thought it was going to play. Even though I haven't seen anything about that game, we still haven't confirmed or denied if that game exists at all.
Right.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know.
Let's see. We also got
next one.
Yeah.
Pentiment.
Pentiment is just a narrative adventure.
It is another 2D. Your story choices matter. And it's in this weird artistic style, kind of like Monty Python. It has that like old century, 19th century like art style. I think it looks very cool visually, but as a game, shut up, don't make it. Because I really thought we were going into a Shrek game here.
Oh no, I actually absolutely hate that art style. There was another game that was supposed to be really good, but totally flopped. It was like the Knights game, where it was like a medieval game. And it used that same kind of like art style for like its menu, but it was like you played as a knight who like gets his village just destroyed right off the bat, and so you're kind of like forced into being a knight. It was really weird. It had a lot of good ideas, but it was ruined by the fact that it wasn't designed very great.
Yeah. I also meant to say 16th century, not 19th century.
Yes,
so
that's the word.
Sorry.
I didn't notice that either.
My 6 and 9s turned into your
I swear
what do
to
you
God,
call it?
Don't say it.
Your dyslexia.
You bitch.
No, I have a little bit of it, dude. But in general, my 9 and 6 got flipped. But
Yeah.
16th century, whatever. I'm not gonna play it.
We also got announced that Grounded is finally leaving game preview.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Whatever.
Congratulations to them, but I honestly didn't realize that it was still in game preview.
Yep.
But
To me,
hey,
it's just a Minecraft clone, but it's kind of cool. I think we're gonna try it out with the twins sometime because we're actually switching our whole YouTube model. Actually,
yeah.
we're gonna be doing something, trying to do a little bit different. Maybe doing more video stuff rather than just streams. Anyway, yeah. So we might play that one.
I've
Who knows?
played quite a bit of it, and maybe it leaving game preview might make it better, but I found it to be very difficult and boring. The most enjoyable thing I got out of it was that it terrifies me to be that small compared to a spider.
Mm-hmm.
The spiders were probably the most intense thing about that game.
Yeah, dude. Arachnophobia is a real
Ooh.
thing, guys.
Yeah. And they have like a setting to turn arachnophobia mode on so that it like kind of makes the spiders look stupid. Still looks terrifying. They can't no matter what they do, they just make it like fucking 2-bit at that point and they look terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, congrats to Grounded. Moving on, we got Airban, the new third-person Dishonored type game.
Yeah. I can say I don't really care
I mean,
about it.
same kind of thing. Barely showed anything, and most of the stuff that they
Yeah.
showed of gameplay looked like it was just a part of the trailer. It didn't really show a
That's the
whole
thing,
lot.
though. It's like it really didn't, because it's like, oh, don't go into the light. That's pretty much
yeah.
it.
It's like
I don't know.
they're showing a lot of urgency to defend yourself against these robots, yet these robots do nothing but run out of alleyways and look around for half a minute, and then it goes back to another scene of them running out in an alleyway, looking around for a little bit. It's like, what? Okay, cool. You got the narrative that these guys are real big bads, but so far you don't show us why they're big bads and what happens if you get caught, or you just also show nothing but them just running and looking. They're like a Skyrim NPC. They just like, what was that? Dead body? Must be the wind. And then just walks back into another alleyway.
Yep. It's just another game that just doesn't intrigue me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Diablo 4.
Yes.
So, I don't know if Diablos are open world. Are they? Do you know?
No, they are not usually.
So this is what really got me. Was this kind of like MMO kind of top down open world thing that was actually kind of cool to me,
Yeah.
because me and Brennan have always been kind of these MMO weirdos that we kind of like MMOs, but we don't really play MMOs.
Yeah.
So this one actually kind of got me. I didn't really care for edgy girl or whatever.
The
Gender,
necromancer.
Yeah, edgy dude girl. I don't know the vibe. I couldn't really get the vibe. Like in general, who cares?
Yeah.
In general, I don't care for the necromancer type style. To me, that doesn't really ring necromancer. I just wanted to see more of like a reaper.
Yeah. I'm really glad you actually had good things to say about this, because I really just don't like Diablo at all.
Yeah.
Like, they've never intrigued me. I'm not the biggest fan of those bird's eye views, but goddamn, Diablo 4 just caught me.
Right, that's the thing. It's like I don't like Diablo. Never have I ever liked Diablo. But this kind of like gory, interesting trailer, I was like, okay, I don't really care. I don't really care. I don't really care. I don't really care. And then it showed a little bit of like gameplay here and there or something, right? Didn't it show gameplay somewhere?
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
right after the trailer for the Necromancer, they showed all the gameplay for it.
Right. And they have a character customization, so that's kind of cool. Obviously, the open world, right? As they said that, I was like, okay.
Yeah. that like, I was like, okay, cool customization, probably great for Diablo fans. I don't know. And then yeah, they dropped the bombshell like open world, and I'm like, all right, I'll put my phone down. You got me. Like,
Yep, exactly. I was like, that's kind of cool.
um,
So yeah,
it
I'm a little interested.
it got me thinking. Like Elden Ring had a baby with RuneScape.
Yeah,
Like I got
that's
a
true, dude.
lot of RuneScape vibes from that.
Yeah, dude. Very
And
cool.
I played very little of RuneScape, but I liked it. I really liked it. So I'm actually pretty excited for Diablo 4.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited to see more.
They also like another thing that got me excited real quick just as a last note.
Sure.
They mentioned how like towards the end game, they like specifically mentioned end game stuff. They've got apparently a lot planned that like they say like end game is just the beginning of your game. Like you
Yeah.
can complete the story, but that's just the beginning.
Yep.
And
It's
that's
definitely
got me
taking on that like
excited.
the Destiny type thing for me, where it's like Destiny was kind of like my game in that way, where it's like as an end game, you have your little story and you have side missions, but you have your end game.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you were also excited for this one.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing
Sea of
really too
Thieves.
much to talk about here. Sea of Thieves season 7 getting a lot of customization.
Yeah, you actually get to customize your ship and keep your ship loadout, which is good,
Yeah.
but still no dedicated servers for your own like single player adventure kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where I really, really, really want to see that in Sea of Thieves. I just want to be able to play with my friends without getting shit on by trolls in the game.
Yeah, I honestly think that like I love Sea of Thieves, but they kind of wasted a time slot in this presentation for that trailer. There was really barely anything to announce.
Yep.
But
Name your ship, customize your ship, save your ship. Sea of Thieves.
yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
This one, okay, I kind of got a little bit of a good vibe from this one. Ravenlook or Ravenlock.
Ravenlock,
It kind of gave me like Zelda and Minecraft taking place in Alice in Wonderland world.
I kind of got like Kingdom Heart vibes.
Really?
Well, especially from like the weird key thing, and then, but yeah, it really kind of gives you like weird Alice in Wonderland, Minecraft, weird Zelda vibe. Yes, the visuals are very cool, monsters are very
Yeah.
cool. I just don't understand why there's so many different like pixelated, but also 3D non-pixelated. But then there's 3D normal, smooth. It kind of weirds me out just having so many different things where I'm like, I don't really know what I want to put my focus into.
It was definitely an explosion of color.
Oh yeah, dude, it's very colorful. It's like Disney on steroid shit.
Yeah.
Like, but in general, it's what got me was really all the different art styles. Like you have your normal 3D, like Pokemon-ish, chibi. Then you have this weird voxel, pixelated animals and shit. And then you have like this whole steampunk mech at the end. Like,
yeah.
I just don't know where to put my focus on art style. It just seems like it's too much.
It kind of just seems like on the drawing board, it's like, what kind of art style are we going for? And they're like, oh, let's go
Yes.
Zelda, let's go Minecraft. Oh, what if we kind of made it like an Alice in Wonderland thing? And
Yeah, it's like they had a bunch of different teams working on it.
Yeah.
Just like all together, they're like, "Oh, I want to put this in, this. Yes."
It looks chaotic, but I can't say that I'm not a little interested in trying it out.
Sure, yeah, me too. Like it's definitely like something I kind of want to try, but it's just like, come on, kind of give me something to latch onto here.
Yeah,
You're
it gave me
giving
very
too much.
early Legend of Zelda games vibes. Like,
Yeah,
it kind of gave me the vibe of like if, say, I don't know, for example, Link to the Past was third person
yeah,
rather than a top-down 2D.
sure, I could see that.
But yeah, I mean, like it's something. It's a lot to process, but it's something.
Next up is Cocoon,
It's a puzzle game.
which a puzzle game. Yep. Very Limbo style from the. I mean, it's from the creators of Limbo and Inside. It definitely has that style. The only thing that I thought was kind of cool was being able to teleport inside the ball with another ball.
Honestly, like Limbo or not Limbo,
It's literally
Cocoon.
just ballception.
Yeah.
Like I do with my wife.
Wait,
I
what?
thought it was gonna be a game of vagina too, also, because like he falls out of a vagina right at the beginning.
I really didn't know what to think about Cocoon. It did not. I mean, it really was just like it seemed like a mobile app ad.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like a mobile game.
Yeah, it's like something you'd find on like Apple's app arcade, Apple
Yeah,
Arcade.
Apple Arcade. Yep.
But I don't know about Xbox, but sure, let people have their puzzles.
Yeah, just puzzle. Anyway.
Let's see. We also got Wo Long Fallen Destiny.
When people complete the story, all they say is
Whoa, long.
that's all I could think about while watching this trailer, dude.
I mean, it's another thing with like the last game that we mentioned, Flintlock. There's not really much to go off of here.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Sekiro meets For Honor meets fucking Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different things. Art styles are kind of cool, but just yeah, there's not a lot to really go on.
I guess
So-
we'll see again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lots of Persona games that are going to be moved over to Game Pass. We're getting Persona 3, 4, and 5. I mean, nothing new. It's just booting them over to Game Pass.
Yeah. And to me, it's whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
Same
like,
thing as League, just I don't care.
there's nothing really to talk about it. I mean, these games have been out for a long time. Everybody
Like,
knows who knows.
Exactly. It's like if you were a Persona fan, you probably have the thing to play Persona on rather than an Xbox. And why would you get an Xbox just to play it?
Yeah, it seems weird. It's like, whoa, all these games are moved over to Xbox, but it's true. Like, wouldn't you already have these games? I guess maybe like Persona 3 maybe might not be on like a lot of consoles, maybe some older consoles, but 4 and 5 are definitely on like Switch and stuff like that. I don't really know
Yeah.
if it's so crazy to announce them for Xbox.
Especially in something like this. Same thing with the League of Legends thing. Like, it just, to me, it's just, okay, whatever. Just put out a PR statement saying you did it.
No, yeah, exactly. It's like it almost seems like it just deserves a like an Instagram send. Like,
Yeah.
just like here's what's coming to Game Pass.
All right.
This one, okay. Nothing with this. We just finally get to see some stuff with Kojima teaming up with Xbox rather than PlayStation. Doesn't mean he's already said that doesn't mean that like PlayStation and him are on a bad rap. He still works with PlayStation for the most part. It just means that we're gonna get a Kojima game on Xbox.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe like we talked about Death Stranding 2, maybe that's just gonna be on multiple consoles.
Yeah.
Which
Nothing cool.
yeah. I don't
To me,
know.
It's just like whatever.
I mean, he makes great games, and I know
Very
a lot
cool
of.
visually, art styles, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So-
But it's just not my time.
I don't know. Maybe this is just the announcement that we're gonna get that. Like, maybe this is a console exclusive to that new Silent Hill game that we talked about in a previous episode.
Could be.
Yeah, who knows?
All
Okay,
right, I really want to talk about this.
last thing we got here.
Okay, so this game really feels like, hey, obviously we're using the same engine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make all the character animations look like everything else that we've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
But let's put all of our money into faces.
Okay.
To me, the game doesn't look that good
really?
because it is very, very clunky. They are over promising on a lot of things that I don't think they're going to be able to complete. For one, the graphics.
Okay, I can agree.
From
here.
the very, very beginning, it does look good, But the robot already starts to clip through the ground.
Does he really?
Yep. You can see his
Oof.
feet clipping through the ground in a lot of different scenes in the game. The gameplay, I mean. The FPS issues are horrendous. You can see frame rates drop I've looked at multiple trailers. The frame rates drop really bad. The combat looks very, very clunky and just limiting.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look overall insane. Sure, a lot of the graphics and cool environments they look really good, but it's just to me it's doing the exact same thing that No Man's Sky did.
Overpromise.
Let's overpromise by giving you 1,000 different planets to fully explore. But what are you doing on those planets? Are you just walking around talking to random NPCs, having boring ass conversations with minimal, insanely awkward dialogue? Are you actually going to be able to build craft a lot of different things? And when they say you're able to customize your ship, why do they have magnets to bring in all your items? They're just saying, hey, we're going to give you this base clunky box, and then there's going to be little ball magnets that you attach things to, and you can just move around that. That to me is not customization. That is limited customization. I would rather them say limited.
Mm-hmm.
These are like all these issues that I'm having with it, but it's like, yeah, 1,000 planets, that sounds awesome. But in reality, you're gonna be walking around these wastelands like you do in No Man's Sky. Like it's not gonna be, to me right now, it's not gonna be what it wants to be.
Yeah.
So I have really low expectation right now.
Well, here's my 2 cents on it. So right off the bat, I kind of agree. I saw those graphics, but the thing is I was sitting there, I was like, this is too good to be true.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, it's just more of the fact that it's Bethesda, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
they get some great stuff, but they also have a lot of bugs that they can't figure out to this day. Like, Skyrim still has its bugs that mods have to fix. It's just, it just seems like it kind of gave me like the vibe off the bat of like, oof, I'm really afraid that this might become an Anthem thing where it's like, oh wow, this marketplace looks grand and super high graphics, but then you get in there and it's like it's half of what that it was in the trailer.
Exactly.
Like,
And
it's pre-rendered.
that's the thing, dude. It's like, is this what my actual gameplay is going to be? Because I don't want it. If this is what the actual gameplay looks like, if I'm having all these graphical errors and glitches, if I'm falling through the map and finding really weird bugs because they couldn't fix their planets correctly, they're 1,000 planets. Who knows if they're procedurally generated?
Yeah.
Because saying you have 1,000 planets really makes me assume, like, oh, there's probably a lot of procedural generation that they did. Because 1,000 is a lot of planets.
Yeah. But no, like, so the first half, I mean, it really was, it just seemed like a No Man's Sky 2 right off the bat because of that like mining thing he did in the beginning.
Yep.
Like, just start drilling. I gotta say that the it really fell short once the like fighting began.
That's what I'm saying.
I had a problem with it. It did seem just like, it kind of seemed like they were throwing awesome intense music onto a very bland fight.
After the graphics, I wrote down combat. The pirates that they have, like, sometimes, but most of the time, don't even react to getting shot until they're dead.
They've got Stormtrooper. They got Stormtrooper AI.
Dude, it bugged me. I was watching that the whole time, like, are you shooting them, or is, like, something else happening?
Like, I honestly I bet you anything that most of it was just due to the fact they wanted the cinematic shot, you know, of you going around taking out the pirates. But I mean, I honestly would have preferred them just show what actual combat was like rather than the cinematic.
Exactly, dude. It just looks so weird.
I've never
It,
really
it, it
been the
felt
fan.
awkward.
I've never been the fan of like Fallout combat, and that's all it was. It was just a copy and paste of Fallout combat.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Um, like it's gonna have lots of customization. I gotta give them props on there. I think like customizing background is going to be a benefit for a lot of people because a lot of people's big thing with games is they want lore. I'm fine with not having lore to a character, but I mean, it's great for some people. Um I'm hoping that there's like real lot bigger on their graphics or not graphics on their customization for characters than what they actually showed off. I mean, the only thing that really seemed different from past Bethesda games was the fact that they had the lore thing and they had a walking style. But that was the only difference between
Yeah.
their past customization things so far. And I'm like, okay. I probably would have appreciated a lot more explanation on why this is your most dynamic customization ever.
That's the thing is like they showed very brief things on their customization where it's like you kind of already have like these preset faces that you can mess around with. Skyrim
Yep.
walk style, okay, it's walking.
Yeah. I mean, like, you're most of the time you're probably going to be walking in first person anyway if you're actually like I if I was playing, I'm most likely walking in first person, so walking style doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, dude. Like they really stressed strengths. They really stressed the customization, but especially like I was saying with the ships, you're not going to be able to customize your ship that much, and I want everyone to know that.
I thought the customization of the ship was actually pretty cool. But it's more of the fact that you can actually enter into that ship and have that whole interior while you're editing the exterior. Which, I mean, you could do like pretty similar things, I'd imagine, on the interior as well. I thought it was cool that you could have a crew. So
Yeah,
it's like you're kind of like not exploring all of this on your own like you would in No Man's Sky. You actually have like a crew to work with, and I hope that they have like chances for you to connect with your crew.
hmm
Um, like probably like in a Mass Effect sense where you go around and you can like gain crew members by gaining their trust. And you can like take
yeah,
them out on missions and stuff like that. And then you also have the people who stay on and fix the engines or something like that. But I also wanted to quickly just mention on the customization level, um, I did enjoy that they have like the skill tree, like a really big skill tree,
yeah. It
and
looks
even the
cool.
stuff that you get, you can enhance the stuff that you already have gotten. So that
Right.
there's like skill tree inside of skill tree. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. It
Um,
definitely that stuff and that it looks cool. But what I found most annoying about the ships is they're all toasters. They're all just very
the
big and
boxy.
clunky. Where's my wings? Like
I
to me, I want a Star Wars esque like freaking X-wing, bro.
and I'm
That's what
imagining
I
they'll
want out of customization. I
probably
want nuts
have
and
that.
bolts, bro. Nuts and bolts ship customization.
No, actually though, that's the thing. I was just gonna say their customization straight up looked like nuts and bolts.
But like it doesn't give you a lot of options from what I've seen, dude. All the ships they fly in it are all just boxes.
Yeah,
They give you, and then like I said, they have the magnets. They have freaking magnets.
yeah.
That to me is not a lot of customization. It's just like, oh, you can place where you want certain things on your ship.
I'm really hoping that was just a very short and brief example,
Yes.
and that there's still more to discuss there.
Yeah.
And on the sense of Thousand Planets here, they're definitely going to give you the opportunity to have plenty to explore. There's not going to be a lack of exploration here. What I need here is that I think exactly what you're saying. What are you going to do on these planets? I think you got to take the level of side quests in Skyrim, double that, but you got to keep that level, like that doubled amount per planet,
Yeah.
because
If you're
otherwise,
promising me a planet, it better be a fucking planet.
yeah,
Okay? Like Skyrim was a map. And it had a lot of things to do in general. Like we still go back to this day because it's kind of fun.
yeah,
If you're promising me 1,000 full different damn fucking insane planets with different lifestyles and animals and stuff, give me something else.
yeah.
Because if you're not going to give me a lot to do, I would rather you just confine everything to do to a map rather than give me 1,000 worlds with nothing to do.
It almost kind of
Other
feels
than
like
mine.
this extended that we're gonna get, this extended showcase. It almost feels like don't take any time to waste with like all these other games. You might have to just dedicate the entire showcase to talking some more about Starfield or talking about Elder Scrolls 6.
Because yeah, right now it really doesn't seem good because it's way too much to get, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be a good game because of how much they're promising.
We can't get a delay on these games and then not have anything to show for this delay. It's like, show us why
Halo
there's
Infinite.
more here. Yeah, show us why you need this delay. Like
Yeah,
Starfield had a good
show me what we can do on some planets. Like, is there going to be dynamic animals?
Yeah. They showed
Or
two
is
planets.
this exactly? Well, they showed like a montage of them at the end.
No, but I mean like they showed like officially going on to 2 planets.
Exactly, dude.
It was kind of a letdown considering it's like, wow, we got a lot to talk about here. There's a lot of planets that we can explore, but you're not showing them.
No, and that to me just it honestly kind of feels like they're scared.
Oh yeah. I think it's very stressful on them. This is a most anticipated game like
Almost
up
ever.
and coming ever. Yeah.
Like I said, I really think it's going to be another No Man's Sky. They're going to say they have all these planets and different things to do, but really there's not going to be a shit ton to do other than go break, build, and shit on balls.
Yeah, the word I'm hearing lately is No Man's Skyrim.
Yep, that's a really good way to put it.
I think that a lot of people are definitely overhyping themselves way too early with Starfield. I saw one dude on TikTok who started reviewing the trailer from the live stream and already claiming that this game's going to be the game of the year, and I'm like, no, you can't do that right away because that's going to put more pressure on them, and then we're going to get a really shitty game. We're going to get Cyberpunk again if we keep putting this pressure on them. We gotta keep our.
That's another thing I feel like it's gonna happen, dude. It's just gonna be another, like you were saying, Anthem or freaking Cyberpunk.
After
it's
those,
like it looks so cool, but then you get it and you get 2D smoke.
After those letdowns, we really got to let them do their thing and not pressure them to get this out sooner. We got to keep the hype at a perfect level of like, damn, I can't wait for this to be announced, you know? Yeah. Let this just kind of ride. Let other games who are actually ready to come out. And when they are ready, let's get Starfield. And let's get Elder Scrolls. And it sucks to say that about Elder Scrolls because it's been worked on a lot longer, but I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe this game will be good. Maybe it will be another Anthem. We will never know. I mean, definitely go follow us on Twitter. Brandon, if you can give the handle.
It is at... Real quick, let me pull up Twitter. It is at Digital Illusion. The S in Illusion is a 5. Because somebody
go follow
had
us there on Twitter
already.
Really?
Yeah.
Bitches. Anyway, go tell us what you think on our Twitter, just so we can interact and stuff, and then we can talk about it probably next time. But who knows at this point what it's going to be? We don't. But we want to be kind of harsh in general with our, I guess, narrative of what it could be, because we don't want to increase expectation and completely have another Anthem situation.
Yeah, I think we do have to be a little bit more harsher on our reviews of things because I don't want to be those guys who are like going over to the Halo TV series and telling how great it is just because they're begging for a sponsorship because they know nobody else is going to talk good about it. We want to talk good. We want to talk the truth about these games and how we feel about these because we don't want to like appeal to the company's like expectations of how reviews of this game should be. We
Well,
want
yeah, that's the thing.
we
is,
want
like,
more
if
delay the Sonic Frontiers kind of level of judgment here so that we can get a good Sonic Frontiers. So that we can
exactly.
get good Starfield.
Well, that's the thing is like if we were just to give them only positive reviews, they think they're doing the right thing. So we're going to get more shit.
Mm-hmm.
We have to call out the shit and clean it up.
Because even like, I mean, we've done our review on Lego Star Wars and we loved the game, but even that game falters in its own way.
Sure.
It's not perfect.
I mean,
nothing is perfect.
exactly. For all the work that I put into that game and got so little, that's what bugged me the most about it.
Yeah.
It was really cool visually, story, whatever. It's fun, but you don't really get any sort of fulfillment.
Mm-hmm. There's no end game to 100% completionist.
Exactly. So I really hope Starfield delivers. I think we're pretty close to our end, right?
Yeah, we're pretty close. I definitely go follow the Twitter account at Digital Illusion. Leave your questions. We love answering questions. We just got those 2 questions from our buddy Jimmy Slaughter, who did the artwork for the podcast. He's been very active on Twitter. We love to see more activity on Twitter. It's fun. It's awesome. I like doing it. Go check out the Virtually Nerdy YouTube account. And Justin, do you want to announce anything on your end?
Yeah, just come follow us on Twinamagins. I'm working with 2 twins if you haven't heard already. Twinamagins spelled TWINAGA Mins. MINS. Oh, sorry. I'm getting tired. But
No,
yeah, come follow us there. We're doing a lot of live stuff right now. We're going to be switching over to a new dynamic where we're trying to create more content and series-based things. So yeah, definitely come give us a follow.
It's going to be exciting. But yeah, and man, I don't know how.
See ya.